How's it going, everybody? My name is Mage, aka Mage Raps, and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be reacting to my We Are Nerdcore rap, which if you haven't seen it yet, what are you doing? Go and see it. Go and check it out. It's really good, and I highly suggest it if, you know, you don't want to see a bunch of pauses and me talking over the song. So, go check that out first and then come back and I can explain all the bars to you so you are well aware of each bar that I make and each reference that I make. Um, Even if you caught all of them, you can still see the thought process behind my me making this song. So, it's still helpful even if you even caught all the bars that I made. Um, so, um, so yeah, this is me just reacting. I mean, not reacting. I've already seen it. This is me just basically explaining my bars to you guys and telling you the thought process behind the bars and what went through my mind when I was making the song and what was happening and things like that. So yeah, that's basically what this is gonna be. Excuse me, sorry. That's basically what this is going to be. And if this is like the first time you're seeing me react to things, you haven't seen my last one, that's okay. You don't have to. But to understand this one, because this this does not correlate at all with the last video. But I did explain the direction I want to take with this channel in that video. So if you want to go ahead and check it out, go ahead. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do gaming content anymore, but I'll have to think about it. Um, and maybe I might do some on the side here and there if I ever get like the inspiration to do it. But at the current moment, I just want to focus on my music and making fire. Also, I'm not covering the mirror in the background. You'll just see the back of my head. Hello. So so yeah, you'll just see the back of my head and some of my screen, but that's okay. Um, because I didn't care enough to cover that up, because that would be a pain to do, and this is just me explaining bars. So just focus on me and not the mirror in the background there. Now you can't see it. So just focus on me. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and get to the bar explanations, shall we? Because that's what you came here for. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see me do. So why not? Why don't we just do that? Also, you can't see my cursor. That's okay. So anyway, let's go ahead and get down to it. I'm gonna have to move my mic though, because I can't. Well, I don't think I have to. The video doesn't require me to. Also, I know every single line I say. Anyway, let's go. I just want to kind of explain the thought process behind the video itself. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to make a loop. It doesn't look like it's a loop because it's basically the same two scenes, and there's not a lot of action or a lot of I don't want to say action. There's not a lot of movement per se in the scenes, so there's nothing to really indicate that it's a loop. But it is. I did loop it around multiple times. It was painstaking work, but I did it. Actually, it wasn't that hard, but yeah. I did do it. That this is a loop of Luffy punching Kaido. If you couldn't tell that already, this is Kaido, obviously, and the fist goes to Luffy. But yeah, I wanted a scene that was like high energy, high octane, to use as my loop, and this is the scene I went for because I wanted to use One Piece. But the scene that I had wanted to use originally, I couldn't find again. Like, I found it in a GIF, but the GIF wouldn't upload to Sony Vegas correctly, so I had to use this scene, which I'm still happy about. But yeah, flashing light warning, by the way. It does get kind of like seizure inducing if you have epilepsy, so So this was a free for profit beat that I used. The beat link is in actually the description. But I found it and I bought it for another rap, as KBN can probably tell you. But it didn't suit the rap, So I ended up using a different beat for the rap that isn't even out yet. I'm still working on it. But I ended up using a different beat for that rap. So instead, I was like, well, what do I want this beat for? Because I don't know what to use this beat for. It's very high energy, hyper type of beat. Excuse me, sorry. And I had 2 raps in the works. I have 2 raps that I'm working on right now with 2 people that's featuring on it. 2 different people. So, KBN and J Music. And if you follow my Twitter, you would know. Or not my Twitter. If you're in my Discord server, you would know. If you're in my Discord server, you would know all this already. But yeah. The Discord server is in the link below if you want to join, by the way. Yeah. I like it, though. KBN did.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Alright, first couple is smaller nerdcore. Go check everyone out in the description. Let's go.
I'm
eternal on the track like a king. It's Eternal King. Also, all the references that I make are linked in the description one by one, in the order that I did them. So you can check out all their channels and see every single reference I made in the description. Also, Eternal King. The king part is kind of a offhand reference to King Dan as well, since there is a lot of kings in Nerdcore. A lot. You'll be surprised.
on the track like a king. Call me J Music, cause you all know that I sing. All my haters in my ear, I don't hear.
Kind of a reference to like how much hate there is in Nerdcore at times, like all the drama that goes on sometimes and things like that. And kind of a reference to that, but I don't hear a thing because I don't really want to get involved in all that. I want to kind of stay out of it, basically.
Hear a thing. When I vanquish you, you know
when I vanquish you, you know that I stepped into the ring, vanquish so real.
I've stepped into the ring. Oh wow. Try to hurt me, you
know that I will sue yo. I love that bar, but you know that I will sue yo. It's sue yo, but sue you, sue yo, bar.
Know that I will sue yo.
Ghost you on the track while I sit here eating froyo. Eating froyo is actually a reference to a bar that I made in my verse for an anime rap cipher that isn't even out yet, and I don't know if it's gonna come out. And if it isn't, that's why I wanted to use this bar, because I liked it when I said it in the verse that I made for the anime cipher, but I don't even think it's gonna come out. So I wanted to use it again to make sure it got out there because I liked the bar. But I don't know if you don't have froyo in your country, but basically just frozen yogurt. But yeah, and Ghost Child X.
On the track while I sit here eating froyo.
You know I'm a beast when I never kamikaze. Basically, Kazi Eternal. That's the reference to him. But he has a track called the Zeke rap, which he's known for. And I wanted to make an offhand reference to the Beast Titan because of that. And there's like there's kind of a running joke with Kazi and our friend group that basically he's the Beast Titan.
A beast, but I never kamikaze.
My soul's so divine, but you're not me. Not a lot of people got that one. And I don't know what it is about you, Divine Soul, but no one knows about you. But I can show you him in the description. He's right here. There he is. And I would click him, but it's not going to show it if I do, because I only have it recording this one tab. So, but this is his channel right here. If you ever wondered that bar, you can just check out his channel. It's right here. But I remember seeing him in a couple of servers I was on, and I was thinking of basically people I wanted to reference. And I just looked through servers and kind of chose people that I thought would make for good bars. And he was one of those. Also, Jacob listened to this bar, and me and him were on a VC, and he said he loved the bounciness of that. And I did too. I got to agree with him. That was very bouncy. My soul's so divine, but you're not me. Yeah, that I loved making that bar. When I came up with it, it was like a eureka moment, because I was sitting there. I freestyled all this, by the way. I never wrote anything down until the very end. But it came off the top of my head, all of this did. But basically, I was like, what bar would go well with with Kazi, and I was like, me. I was like, not me. Kazi, not me. I was like, that works well. But then I was like, what do I do for the previous part? And I had to think about this for a long time, and then I was like, wasn't there a guy named Divine Soul? He was just in my mind for some reason the whole time, and I don't know why. I don't watch a lot of his stuff, and I've never talked to him before, but he was in my mind at the time, so I was like, okay, I'll just make a Divine Soul reference, and that's what happened. It just kind of happened.
Rocking on the beat, so you know things are getting sticky.
No reference.
Stay together.
Stay together, thrown by my side, you can call it risky. Stay together, thorn together. One of my good friends. I really love the man. No homo, but yeah, he's one of my favorite people. But yeah, stay together, thorn by my side, so you can call it risky. Basically, thorns hurt. I don't know what to say. It's just thorns hurt. And we have to stay together because otherwise you get pricked by the thorn. Kind of like a metaphor, for life.
Thrown by my side, you can call it risky.
Basically, also kind of like a reference to how people keep like the things that hurt them kind of by their side and keep it with them, and they don't drop it. And it's kind of risky if you do that, you know what I mean? So we have to stay together. Come on. That's good. That's so many layers. Dude. Crollo with the book, so you know you're getting. Oh my god, can I read? This is my bar and I can't even say it. Crollo with the book, you start to get really misty. There it is. So, yeah, KB and Crollo. And also I wanted to make a reference to, and also Misty. And I also wanted to make a reference to Crollo from the anime, which KB named himself after. So so that's why I said Crollo with the book, and then you start to get really misty. So I start to not see you very well because I'm just so much better than you, basically. And Misty's actually a person. You can check him out in the link. All the links are going to be in the description. If you ever wonder if the capitalized, by the way, all the capitalized parts are references to the people, except for another part. I'll address that later. But basically, all the very much capitalized, when they're capitalized through the whole word, are references to people. So they're all in the links. All the links are in the descriptions. You can check them out and confirm it for yourself. But they are all people. I assure you.
With the book, you start to get really misty.
With a explosion, you will be coming with me. Pretty self-explanatory.
Punches are rapid, call me
Rapid Senshi.
Cause when I'm on the mic, you know that you can never flee. And I'm never saying JK when you're
stepping up to me. I thought, when I heard JK's name, I just instantly wanted to make a JK, like JK. No, JK, never mind. Bar, but I couldn't. So now I did. You're welcome, JK, by the way. I don't know if he's watching, but you're welcome.
Up to me. I'm a knight on the track.
I'm a knight on the track and I didn't have to breathe. Pretty self-explanatory. It's Night of Breath, by the way. Not Rap Night, Millennium Boomer. I guess it could be an offhanded reference to Rap Night, but I know Millennium Boomer, he reacted to my track and he said that Night was Rap Night. And he said he knows breath, but I don't know breath. I don't know of a breath. This is more of a reference to Night of Breath. So that was the reference that was intended to make. Maybe I made an offhanded reference to Rap Night. I could see that. But yeah, this is basically a reference to Night of Breath.
And I didn't have to breathe. God.
And I wanted to make these kind of interval points where I talk just by myself. Because I wanted to put more personality into my rap. And I wanted it to be kind of fun, a fun rap more or less, and I wanted everyone to just feel happy when they're watching this. So that's what I went for. And I put a lot of personality into it, and I EQ'd it to where I sounded like I was on the radio because I just thought that was stylistic. So, yeah.
Oh, I love this. All right, next up is bigger Nerdcore. This should be fun. Break it down.
Oil on my bars, so you know they never rusted.
Pretty self-explanatory. I thought that was a bar too. I thought that was such a good bar, but no one else agreed. Or at least none openly agreed.
Twist you like a towel, savvy knows that.
Twist you like a towel, savvy knows that is a mustage. A lot of people were like, is mustage or even a word? And I was like, no, not really. I just added age to the end of must, kind of making my own little word for the rhyme. I thought that it was kind of hard to do, you know, if you make up your own word and it still makes sense. So, mustage technically isn't a word, but the bar, I mean, it goes hard because you just made up a word, but it still makes sense. It still, you know, clicks in your mind. Oh, it's not really, Savvy knows that it's a must, but must does not rhyme with rustage, does it?
That it's a mustage.
I was thinking of using vintage there for a second, but I didn't know what bar I wanted to make with vintage. I didn't think of anyone I could reference or anything I could say about being vintage. So I abandoned that idea and I decided to go with that idea instead. I think it was a good idea to do that. Some people might disagree, but I think it was a good idea. Flow is sick that you would even think that it's a water slide. Slick, pretty self-explanatory.
You would even think that it's a water slide. Know me when
I'm taking you down, seeing the divide between our skill levels and divide music. Pretty self-explanatory.
you down, seeing the divide.
Surveyed all your shots so you know you're getting dizzy. By the way, most of my bars have double layers. They don't all just have a base layer that you can just analyze. You can analyze it further than just the base layer. Not all of my bars have that, of course. I have to make some base layer bars and mix it in with some higher level bars, you know, with higher layers, more layers to the bar than there initially might be. So surveyed all your shots so you know you're getting dizzy. Basically, you know, I was also kind of referencing I was basically saying evade all your shots so you know you're getting dizzy, but I wanted to twist it and use Surveyed's name instead because it sounds a lot like evade. So evade all your shots so you know you're getting dizzy, but Surveyed and Dizzy 8. Basically, you know how it is.
Shot so you know you're getting dizzy.
Free muscle with the beat so you know you're getting busy. A lot of people I thought were gonna give me crap because Free Soul some people might not think Free Soul is higher nerdcore, but I think he is because he's associated himself a lot with Slick. Since he's part of Otaku Underworld, he doesn't really work with a lot of lower nerdcore people. He mainly only sticks to Otaku Underworld and anyone above Otaku Underworld. The only one that I remember him working with in lower nerdcore is Vanquish. And that's just because Vanquish should be in higher nerdcore. He's only stuck in lower nerdcore because he started making music not long ago. Or not music. He made music a while before then even, but he started making nerdcore music not long ago. That's what I meant to say. So that's why he's stuck in lower nerdcore right now, but I don't see him staying in lower nerdcore for long. He's probably going to get up there. Also, he likes to work with a large amount of people, which I respect him. I respect him very greatly for that. Someone of his caliber doesn't have to work with people in lower nerdcore, but he does because he knows that even though we're in smaller nerdcore, we still have talent. So, yeah, I appreciate that of him. To not being so big of himself that he can't work with smaller nerdcore. Of course, not hating on people who don't work with smaller nerdcore. Preference. You don't have to, of course, but I just appreciate him that he does. So yeah.
With the beat so you know we're getting busy.
None is like me, so you come into my city. When you come into my city, none like Joshua. Also, kind of want to make it, I don't know. I kind of want it to be like, if you come into my city, there's no one who's going to be like me. You know, I'm going to be very unique, and it's going to show, basically.
Like me when you come into my city.
I love this bar, okay? And dang you, Millennium Boomer, for not catching it. Maybe you did. You just didn't address it. But I love this bar. When I hit the fat snaps, they be running to their daddy. Come on, man. That's bars. You can't tell me it's not bars.
The fastest they be running to their daddy. Play the beat on loop so you know they
Play the beat on loop so you know they call me Breeton Boy. Play the beat on loop like you're going to play it again because it's so good. And they call me Breeton Boy because a lot of people play his tracks over and over again. Also, it's a double meaning because play the beat on loop. Loop is a collective that Breeton Boy is in. So, bars.
call me Breeton Boy. When I hit the ground zero.
Ground Zero, you never need to I never need to toy. A lot of people didn't catch that. But Ground Zero is my favorite Breeton Boy song. So I wanted to make a reference to one of the songs from one of the people. And I thought, well, Breeton Boy I've been listening to a lot recently. So I thought I wanted to go ahead and make the Ground Zero bar. So I did.
Oh, I never need to toy. When you hear my legacy.
When you hear my legacy, it's not a fable. Afro Legacy and Fable. So.
D is not a.
Also, like when you hear the legacy of me, when you hear my legacy, it's not a fable, so it's not fictional. Because fables are normally normally stories told through multiple generations. So.
Fable. Rapping fast like Josh.
Rapping fast like Joshua, hunt you like Cable. Cable's actually a bounty hunter in Deadpool's universe. So, a lot of people didn't catch that. But I also made a Marvel bar, too. So.
Joshua, hunt you like Cable. Call me Schwab.
Call me Schwabadi, so you know that I'm a rap god. Originally, okay, don't bite my head off for this. But originally, it was supposed to be, not a rap night. But you know that I'm a rap god. That was originally the bar. But then I got a lot of flack from my friends about how rap night isn't part of upper nerdcore. And then I just kind of like, okay, I'll change the bar. So I said, call me Schwabadi, so you know that I'm a rap god. Because I didn't reference Schwabadi yet. And I was like, that's a crime. Because Schwabadi is definitely part of Bigger Nerdcore. He's one of the bigger members of Bigger Nerdcore. So I was ashamed that I didn't reference Schwabadi in my Bigger Nerdcore verse. So I did. There you go. That's the story behind this bar.
D, so you know that I'm a rap god.
When I'm on a quest, so you know that I'm a map god. Connor Quest. Also, a lot of people some people were kind of confused why I kept adding God at the end of everything, but that's because I wanted to have a theme of everything rhyming with rap god. Everything. And I wanted it to all be God at the end because that's kind of like repetition, repetition is kind of a literature device. So I wanted it to keep repeating rap god because I'm basically a god, Basically, that's kind of an offhanded thing. Multiple layers. As I said, my bars can have multiple layers and nobody catches them. And I'm so disappointed when nobody catches them. But I can understand why you wouldn't. But yeah, I like to make references to things and say things that probably no one's gonna get, but I like to do it because I know that it's bar. Yeah, basically that's basically the gist of it.
On a quest, so you know that I'm a map god.
Sailor Moon, your love is, so I'm a tap god. That's basically it says multiple layers. You can't just read it and get it off top. You have to know and read it multiple times probably to get it. But Sailor Moon, your love is, so I'm a tap god. Basically, Sailor, your love bar. But Sailor Moon, your love is, basically like, it's kind of like, Sailor Moon's very much sexualized. And I think that's what I wanted to reference, basically, how much Sailor Moon is sexualized, even though it's kind of a innocent kid show. So basically, Sailor Moon, your love is, so it's basically, it's supposed to be innocent, but it's turned sexual. And so I'm a tap god. I'm a tap that. When you tap that, you know what that means? So I'm a tap god.
The moon, your love is, so I'm a tap god.
When I run it back, call me Zach Boucher, lap god. I wanted to end it with Zach Boucher. He's my favorite nerdcore artist. He's what I inspire to be. And I respect his work. So I wanted him to be the last thing I said. Or the last reference I made. And I kind of consider him to be kind of just a god in general. Not like I worship him or anything like that. Oh God, no. But basically, like, he's just really good. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Is that I just consider him to be one of the best in Nerdcore, and that's why I wanted to make a Zach Boucher reference. And I also included him in this because I do think he runs laps around people. So yeah.
Back, call me Zach Boucher, lap guy. We are Nerdcore. When you mess with the best, we go hardcore. We are better than the rest.
One of my favorite hooks I've ever made. And this was another eureka moment, you know. I was thinking about what the hook should be because I knew I had already reached 16 bars, but there was still... Excuse me, sorry. There was still so much instrumental left. And there was 16 bars worth of instrumental left. There were 16 bars of instrumental left. And I wanted to use the rest of those 16 bars. So I made a hook. And I made an 8-bar hook and repeated it twice, basically. And I think this is a really good hook. A lot of people do agree with me on that, actually. So I appreciate the people who agree with that. I appreciate y'all.
Rest at the parkour, cause you know we never rest when you're messing with the best of the Nerdcore. We are Nerdcore. When you mess with the best, we go hardcore. We are better than the rest at the parkour, cause you know we never rest when you're messing with the best of the Nerdcore.
Oh my god, that was so amazing. Let me
Yeah, it
know if you want
was.
a part 2. I'll do it in an instant.
A lot of people want a part 2. A lot of people want a part 2. A lot. So that's my We Are Nerdcore rap. It's on all streaming platforms right now. These are all the streaming platforms it's on. Go ahead and go to the video. Check them out and check all these links out. Add it to your playlist if you like it. And then this is my Discord server. I wonder if this link still works. Yeah. So this is my Discord server if you want to check it out. I don't know if you can see that. You can actually. Okay, so it is showing multiple. It is showing the tabs except for the one that I said it showed only. So it does show multiple tabs. Okay, I was wondering about that. So I can actually show you Divine Soul then in that case. So this is him. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not lying when I said that Divine Soul's a person. A lot of people never caught him. In fact, Millennium Boomer thought I had referenced Free Soul, but I didn't. Which I can understand why he'd say that. So, and again, a lot of people want part 2. Like, see, I think I speak for everyone when I say I would like part 2. Where is it? Excited for part 2. Part 2 now. Yeah, those are the only ones. So, yeah, I'm going to make a part 2. Not anytime soon, because I got a lot of things I want to finish up. And a lot of things I want to release before then. And I want to give it some time before I make a part 2. So, I'm going to make a part 2. And I'm probably going to include a lot of references that I didn't include. Trey Freesey was pretty upset that I didn't include him. So, I'm going to definitely include him in the second part. And I didn't include a lot of people that I want to include now, but I'm definitely going to make a lot of more references in my second one. So be looking forward to that. And I think I already know the beat I'm going to use for it too, so do be looking forward to that. And if you guys enjoyed, why not hit the subscribe? Check out my other channel, my Mage Raps channel. This is where the Nerdcore rap is at, and all my raps are at, except for my most popular rap, which is on here. But yeah, go check them out. Go check all those links out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay awesome, you guys, and peace.